أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين وبعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. My name is Aliu Garba Ibrahim with my number SPS/20/rel/MAI/007. My questions is methodology of ta'leel in Islamic jurisprudence and its relevance to Maqasid al-Sharia. Inshallah, I am here with you to present this very topic. Before we go deep to the presentation, let me define what is ta'leel and what is maqasid. The definition of ta'leel, it has many definitions, but let me cite some because of the time. If we say ta'leel is an Arabic word, but it is translated as discovery or clarifying. It's also called illa, means rationals or rational behind a legal ruling. Ta'leel means to view legal ruling as having illa that are either understood or capable of being understood. Imam Ghazali, whenever he said illa, he refers to hikmah, that is wisdom. It means wisdom behind the rules or wisdom behind a one hukum. At-ta'leel in other meanings means kashfu an ilal al-ahkami wa bayaniha. So this is a little about ta'leel. So if we say maqasid, when we back to maqasid, we'll come to maqasid. Also it's a Arabic word. Maqasid is an Arabic word, but literally defined as a goals or purposes. Maqasid al-Sharia means goal or objectives of Sharia. Is an Islamic legal doctrine together with another related classical doctrine, that is maslaha. If we say maslaha, means welfare or public interest. It has come to play an increasingly prominent role in modern times. But let me say a little about what Sheikh Muhammad al-Tahir ibn Ashur al-Andalusi said. We know he's a great scholar of Islamic Sharia or great scholar of maqasid. He defined maqasid as the objectives or purposes behind the Islamic ruling. He explained the knowledge of maqasid al-Sharia as important for mujtahid to not only understand or interpret the text of Sharia, but also to derive solution to contemporary problems faced by Muslims. He further said the concept of maqasid al-Sharia provides a clear guidance and framework to the process of ijtihad. We know ijtihad, an exercise. It has a vital importance in doing ijtihad, in solving the issue, conforming to the human interest while complying with the will of God. This is a statement of Sheikh Muhammad al-Tahir ibn Ashur. So he classified, means traditional classification of maqasid sharia. Sorry, not Ibn Ashur doing this classification, but in general the classification, or it is classifying the maqasid sharia into three categories. into three classes. There is one in which called daruriyat, which is translated in English as necessity, daruriyat. Then there is hajiyat, means the needs, something which is needs. That is what are called hajiyat. Then there is tahsiniyat, which is luxuries. So this is a little about the meaning of ta'lil and the meaning of maqasid al-sharia. Considering with these two definition of the maqasid and definition of the ta'lil, someone will understand that without the science of ta'lil, or whosoever negates or rejects the ilm ta'lil, so either he know or he doesn't know, he must negate the objectives and benefits from one ruling. Because without ta'lil, you will not go to the rationals behind the saying of Allah or the saying of the prophets. So without deducing a ruling and knowing the rationale behind one statement of Allah or commandment of Allah, someone will not get benefit from that very text. And that benefit referring to maqasid al-sharia. It means the ta'lil and maqasid al-sharia, they are going together. You will not understand the maqasid without knowing the ta'lil, the illah, the wisdom, the rationale, the hikmah between one statement. If you reject ta'lil, you must reject the maqasid. That is. So, though there are some different opinions concerning issue of rationale behind or issue of ta'lil behind the Allah commandment. Some scholars say, or let me say, the scholars are classified into three different categories. There are some, they say, every statement of Allah, every commandment of Allah, or a hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there is rationals within them. Either you know or you don't know. Among those scholars that have this view, there is Ibn al-Qayyim al-Jawzi and Imam Shatibi. May Allah be pleased with them all. So, Dr. Ahmad al-Resuni also in his book Imam Shatibi's Theory of the Higher Objectives, page I think 170, he gives the statement something similar to this, that whosoever or any statement of Allah, there is rationals within them. So some say this is the first categories of the scholars. They say every verse, every commandment, there is rational and wisdom behind them. And there are some say no, the devotional issue of ibadat or commandment that deal with ibadat, there is no rationals on them. But other commandment which is not related with devotion, there are rational. Or issue of ibadat, there is no rational. But issue of transaction, mu'amalat, customs, there is wisdom and rational behind them. Only Allah knows the rational behind something which is deal with ibadat, like our salat. Why not in wudu we used to worship at specific places instead to do for the whole body. All this they say is something which is devotional. There is no rational on them. This is the second categories of the scholar. The third categories, they say there are some bases of ibadat in which the rationale behind them is clear, and those who are not clearly understand the rationale, these there are other categories. So this is a little about issue of rational or something rational or not like rational. That is, they say lack of ta'lil is due to human inability. This is a statement, also statement for Ibn al-Qayyim. Ibn al-Qayyim Zawji, he stated that, in quotation, there is not a single ruling in the Sharia that is without a meaning and a wisdom. Whoever comprehends it, and whoever does not, does not. So this is a statement of Ibn Qayyim al-Jawzi. Without wasting much time, let us go to the method of ta'lil and its relevant to maqasid al-Sharia. Method of ta'lil and its relevant to maqasid al-Sharia. We know ta'lil is intended to explain the aspect of wisdom and interest that result from the provision of Islamic Sharia. It serves as an immediate mediator between the text and the ruling, and without it, a believer wallahi cannot understand the maqasid al-Sharia. This is ta'lil. The scholar classified the ta'lil into two types. There is what are called ta'lilul gharab or ghabt, and there is one that are called ta'lilus sabab or ta'lil bis sabab. The first one means ta'lilul gharab or ghabt. It's an explanation for the purpose, in which the act is justified by mentioning the command intended to be caused by it and the motive for it, while the second is the explanation of the cause, whereby the act justified by mentioning the effect and cause for it. This ta'lilul gharb, it explaining the purpose. Because the saying of Allah Ta'ala, كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم. What is the sabab? لعلكم تتقون. The text explains the sabab itself. So this is what I call ta'lilul ghab. There is ta'lilu, this is what I call ta'lilul ghab. But ta'lilu bis sabab, that is the second one. It's the explanation of the cause, whereby the act justifies by mentioning the effect and cause for it. For example, issue of as-sariq. As-sariq was sariqatu faqtaw aydihum. Why? Because they were sariq. As-sariq faqtaw aydihum. This indicates the cause and effect that cause for it. So the first method was concerned with the explanation of letters. That is the first one. Let us take the explanation of letters. It began with the explanation with the lam. This lam sabab, is considered as the mother of ta'lil. Example of this kind of ta'lil, as the saying of Allah concerning the obligation of some, as I mentioned earlier, يا الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. لعل, this lam, lam ta'lim. So this lam, they say, is the mother of ta'lim. In this example, this lam, in which called lam ta'lim, it clearly explains the aspect of the ruling, meaning the maqsad is still with the spiritual benefit. The maqsad of the fasting dealing with the spiritual benefit. So also this method, it can be classified into 3 classes. This lam or this method of the ta'lim, it also can classify into 3. There is one that goes into names. This is to justify the purpose and the reasoning. Then there is another one that deals with the purpose only. It's called lamul mustaghasu lahu, or lamul mustaghatha lahu. Then the third one, or lastly, the last one, that is the lam that used to enter fi'l al-mudari'i, that is present tense. Its justification is just to indicate the purpose only, like on the above mentioned verse. So also the method can be majaziyah, that is figurative. If the lam is for aqiba, that is what in Nahaw called lam al-aqiba. So this, any lam al-aqiba that comes in mudari'i, so it's called lam al-sababiyya. Lam al-aqiba. So it can be a majaziyah. Now, and also methods can be with a single letter, in which called ta'alilu bil huruf al-ahadiyya, like ba, like kaf, like fa, like waw. Then methods can be with 2 letters, like ib, like an, like aw. Also can be with 3 letters, like kama, like idhan, like ala, etc., etc. So the methods are many, but the above serve as a sampling, or the one that I mentioned, those that I mentioned, it will serve as a sampling. So if the meaning of ta'lim, conclusively, if the meaning of ta'lim is discovering and clarifying the illah, means rational behind a legal ruling, it means we should understand the following. We may understand the following. 1. Ta'lim is a part of maqasid al-sharia. Then never be separated, since the maqsid is a objective or purposes behind the Islamic ruling. Then second, we will understand that without ta'lim, no maqasid, because through ta'lim and a mujtahid can understand the objectives of the sharia. So conclusively, we now understand the method, or some of the method of ta'lim. It has different methods, but the mother of ta'lim is Islam. So Muslim jurists, depending on the religious text as well as the vast literature of hadith, as well as their deep understanding of Arabic linguistics. So knowing of Arabic, it will help much to understand the maqasid al-sharia. And even this ta'lim, it deal with Arabic, it deal with nahaw, it deal with sarf. So in responses to question posed to them, they use this kind of terminology in order to deduce the hikmah within the Allah statement, and deduce a legal ruling for each and every human action. Now, let me stop this, and I ask Allah to put barakah on this presentation, and I ask Allah to bless our lecturer, Professor Luqman, and I ask Allah to protect his offspring